खुशियों के जितने भी रंग सब तेरी महफिल में है, बेचैन नजरें तेरी.
Deals with some very simple truths of life, but it's essentially a love story.
Yes, sir.
And a family drama. When she came for Uti's outdoor to visit me,
Yeah.
she saw Anu Agarwal singing with Rahul Roy, Jane Jigar Jane Man, and she felt, oh my God, I've said no to something, and then she immediately said yes to Dil Hai Kamanta.
And बादलों में छुप रहा है चांद क्यों तेरे दर पर सनम. I tell you
It was
something
huge.
because you mentioned Z.
Hmm.
Z has had a great role in my life also because of Bhatt Sahab. He told me, you know what? I was knocking on his window pane at office. I said, sir, I have no work. He met me in spite of the fact that he was doing films with the ruling composers of that time.
Though I did not, I'm the only man who's made 2 flops with him. The fact remains that he's always looked at me different from merely the role of a filmmaker.
Yes.
He saw me as a person.
Yes.
And I think that makes him so unique.
So Meri Poori Kahani isn't just high on romance, but also on very true emotions and innocence. And to delve deeper into the film and its varied aspects is the team right here with us. Thank you all for giving us your time. How is the Delhi vibe right now for all the Mumbaikas?
Well, we're carrying the perfume of Udaipur, where the newcomers, that these girls are beginning their journey on Tu Meri Poori Kahani. She is a writer, as a lyricist, and she is a director and a writer too. And the perfume of Udaipur was so intoxicating. And for both of us who were looked upon as stalwarts, we were awestruck by the rapt attention with which the audience watched the film with rank newcomers, and which doesn't boast of anything but heart
Yes.
and great music. And the essential core, which is relevant to the times we live in. The struggle between a woman's quest for self-actualization about her career, or to be beheading her desires to be someone because of that four-lettered word called love.
Right.
And that is this essential, and also it deals very intelligently a story with the addiction of the time, which is fame addiction.
Yes.
Because that's the bane of the times that we live in. And it's not restricted only to the entertainment world. Even the common kids get into depression when it comes to when they see that their likes are getting lower and lower, and their followers are diminishing on the hour by the hour. So it deals with some very simple truths of life, but it's essentially a love story.
Yes, sir.
And a family drama.
Right.
And it follows the narrative of, the template that I somehow stumbled upon is to make low cost, high concept, and great music to begin with. And that's what this film achieves.
And it comes at a time when Gen Z is just into relationship. As you said, it's not just relationship, but also the kind of likes, their social media presence. I want to ask all of you, what was it, when you were growing up? What was it like? What were the main fears for you regarding love? Was it the crisis that you were facing? Was it something like social media, which never existed at that time, which is so trivial, very juvenile, as a fear? But what were your fears?
Well, it's for me, if you remember Ashiki,
Yes,
the first
yes,
one,
of course.
it dealt with the same issues of a man suddenly finding that the girl whom he grooms, whom he falls in love with, and grooms for a very normal life as a stenographer, as a typist, as a telephone operator, suddenly is identified as a model, and she suddenly outshines him, and then he sees her possibly getting into zones
Yes.
where she will perhaps be out of his reach.
And then the second half, which is so impactful.
And then the
so
mother comes
the
and
way she emerges.
and the mother comes and tells the boy to don't marry him because he'll get insecure, but it's very important because she's a single parent. It was made in 1991. I think the problem of Tu Meri Poori Kahani or of the woman is not changed. The human heart is dealing with the same age-old problem. And the mother of all fears that, you know, kind of bogs down the human heart is, what if someone I love so intensely leaves me?
Leaves me. True, true.
And then you can't deal with that very idea is terrifying.
But लेकिन वो आपकी पर्सनल जिंदगी में कभी ना कभी जरूर आया होगा ऐसा.
हाँ, सबकी जिंदगी में वो क्षण आता है और वो कुछ बोल देते हैं, कुछ नहीं बोलते हैं. और मेरी बेटी पूजा ने इससे कहा था.
So talking of growing up, when I was growing up, there used to be a large poster in my room of Pooja Bhatt.
Oh, how nice.
So I grew up and I still call her my eternal poster girl. So I was telling her about Tu Meri Poori Kahani, the story, and it was the 9th of June, eve of my birthday, and I just unconsciously told myself she gave me the best gift. She heard it and she said, "Oh, Suhrita, you must tell this when you are talking about your film, that when I, after Daddy, was approached by my father, Mahesh Bhatt, to do Ashiki, I declined it because I was in a relationship and the boy did not want me to be in the film.
He was frightened. Yeah.
Imagine.
So she had to choose this over that.
How did you let that happen, sir?
No, but she just told me. See, I as a parent have always felt that just because they come off you, it doesn't mean that you're going to impose your views on them.
True.
I mean, first of all, she was not given daddy because there was a career charted for her, you know. She suited that role. We wanted a young girl who battles with the problem of the father's alcoholism, and she was very good in that. But because it did well, and she was embraced by the audience, we thought that it's but natural that you repeat the actor that you have used. And she said no, and I said, fine, if she doesn't want to say yes to it. It's better not to have an actor than to have a reluctant actor. And but she regretted halfway when she came for Uti's outdoor to visit me. She saw Anu Agarwal singing with Rahul Roy, Jaane Jigar Jaane Man, and she felt, oh my God, I've said no to something, and then she immediately said yes to Dile Ka Manta Nahi.
जी जी तो अच्छा हुआ ना दिले के मानता नहीं तो you know it was like even a bigger blockbuster.
No, not really. But I personally feel that if a girl as fiery as her and is so fiercely thinking could be at a crossroad, it's an ageless question, you know, that kind of weighs women down. Because let's face it, no matter how evolved we may claim to be, the patriarchal structure is still entrenched in the DNA of the human animal. And it's very difficult for 50% of our population, which is women, assuming, to unshackle themselves from that construct. It's a super narrative.
Yeah, that's a construct, social construct.
That's why I'm saying that unless for a woman to be completely emancipated, quote unquote, you need a man also. But as she keeps on pointing, Shweta, she has a happy married life and she has a husband who completely supports her. They together run. She pursues her career. So one doesn't cancel out the other, but there are mindsets of people which kind of rein you and stifle you. And that's when the story was born in her heart, because she was not fortunate enough to be in a home where her dreams. And when she came with the throb of that story, I felt that worked. And it's very ironic that she takes her story and she writes it with her. And though she has a life which is completely opposite, but she empathizes with that because she sees it as a real problem.
इस बात जब आप कहते हैं ना कि हर किसी में एक fear होता है कि सामने वाला मुझे छोड़ तो नहीं देगा. I'm talking from a girl's perspective कि बहुत डर लगता है कि कहीं ऐसा लम्हा ना है कि हमें छोड़ना पड़े जब हमें चूज करना पड़े.
That's even scarier, no?
कि I'm on the guilty front कि मुझे चूज करना पड़ेगा.
ये बहुत अच्छी बात कही कि हाँ, कि जिंदगी मुझे
उस दौराहे पर कभी ना
हाँ,
लाए कि मुझे चूज करना पड़े.
चूज करना पड़ेगा.
अनु जी, कभी आपकी लाइफ में ऐसा फेज you must
We
have
all go
seen
through
that,
it,
yeah.
but I musically,
So you get an escape, no?
I concentrate on what I've got, and there's angst, there's pain, there's happiness. It all goes into my music, and I've learned how to survive because there have been emotive moments, very tough. There have been times when I've not understood how do I steer my ship in these stormy waters. But surprisingly, and she's had a very good relationship. I've been blessed with a great wife.
Wow, nice.
I've been blessed with not only a great wife, but I've been blessed with two great
Two
daughters.
beautiful daughters.
Yeah, so I think whenever I've had some of my wife, she didn't say much, but she understands everything. She knows me. She knows she's married a guy he's so emotionally into things in terms of creation. She said a very good line once, which I think I'm going to share with WhatsApp. She told me, you know what? You live so many lives.
True.
Sometimes it's a happy song, sometimes it's a sad song, sometimes it's a song of broken relationships. And you must be investing yourself so much in that. I understand where you come from. You're completely drained out, and I'm there to support you and take care of you at this point of time. Not to ask you questions.
Right.
And that, I think, is something which stays back with me. And I can create, because see, when you look at Bhatt Sahab, right from so many years he's been with
So
me.
many. I mean,
Awargi,
yes,
which was
yes.
much before Phir Teri
Yes,
Kahani Yaad Aayi. There was a
yes.
film called Marg also, which Bhatt Sahab.
I think getting the time is on the wrong. It's Phir Teri Kahani and
No,
afterwards.
sir, I want to correct you on this.
Are
You'll
you
be
sure?
surprised. You'll be surprised. We go and look at the data.
Forgive me.
Yeah,
was-
it is Phir Teri Kahani and then Awarga. I remember you saying this
But-
in another
No,
interview.
but if you
Is
go
that-
back to the data,
Is
So
it
it is,
According
yes,
to the
yes.
data, Awargi is
80,
earlier.
89,
so it
90,
came,
yeah.
and I met him, and he liked my
According
music.
to the
Huh.
data.
He liked my music, but things, he was working with so many other people. But there came a time when I was really rocking with, the best films, the huge films with Bachchan Saab. I mean, no one gets bigger and better than him. And I was dropped after giving good music. No questions asked. Don't even ask me why, what happened. And I had no work. And I'm newly married. And then Bhatt Sahab came and gave me Phir Teri Kahani Yaad Aayi. Life comes a full circle. Today gives me Tu Meri Poori Kahani. At a time, at a juncture, in spite of me giving Momo Ke Dhage, which is a huge hit, in spite of me giving Sui Dhaga, suddenly I was just doing some singles, no work.
Yeah.
And around 6.5, 7 years, I get a call from him. I wanted to come over to my studio, my office. I went there and suddenly, when they were coming to the story, why? Because it's important for you to know how this Tu Meri Poori Kahani is unfolded. He says, Vikram Bhatt suggested your name.
Yeah.
And he said, why don't you make a love story? You're kind of... He introduced me to Suhrita now, so sitting right here, who according to me will become a very, very, very known and a big director. This is my personal opinion. And there's a Shweta Botra. I said, there's two girls who are going to work with you. And we got going. So again, these are the ladies who supported me. At home, that's my wife and my two daughters. Here, I've been supported by
Shakti, this is the time of
This
Shakti.
is-
Yeah,
Yes,
I can't even tell you how this stood
This
by
is
me.
Shakti.
We have been in a room for hours, days together, and we've been churning out songs. Bhatt Sahab has just been there, crossed his legs and looking at me, sometimes putting a popcorn in his mouth, or I don't know whatever little light khichdi and all that. You can do it, I know. You can do it.
You can do
That kind of confidence. Today, what's happening is, look at the data.
Right.
Look at JioSaavn, look at Spotify, look at even Ghana. They all, Instagram just gave a message saying that please make reels on Tu Hai Wo Jo Raat Jagaye. Suddenly the music is erupted, and with so much vicious competition. Vicious, I said, good work is coming out from everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. True.
And he told me while composing, he said, you know what? Keep your dad with you. There's a lot of noise outside. Keep melody flying in your heart, and we are through. I said, what do you mean by noise? He said, bahar bahut shor hai about EDM, about remixes. Don't go what the market wants. Go what
keep
your
your
heart
innocence
wants. Go what,
intact, yeah.
And I was scared. But luckily, I was supported by great lyrics. And today, when my singers supported me, like Vishal Mishra, who sang this beautiful Tu Hai Wo Jo Raat Jagaye, the Papoon,
Yes.
there
yeah,
is
he's his
Raghav
son.
Chaitanya,
Song,
there is
yes.
Anmol, my daughter, there's Anandi Joshi. music is erupted and people are humming the songs. And I want to thank Mr. Mahesh Bhatt.
How nice. And the association, what incredible hits we've got from the two of you.
But-
ये association आपको डांट आप अभी भी देते हैं अनु जी को?
मैं
नहीं, he doesn't
डांटता
dance.
नहीं हूँ मैं. I just keep my
No, but no. I'm going to catch him here. डांटते नहीं, but तमीज से बोल देते हैं एक बात. तमीज से. There was an instance where I said,
it's called tough love.
Tough love.
it's tough
I
love.
like
When he
that.
tells me, I didn't like your body language today. And
Yeah.
it hit me very badly.
remembers
So
that,
I don't
yes,
like your body language. And I said something wrong about what's happening. The music has been appreciated, everything. And suddenly what he was trying to say, कि अपनी ज़मीन को मत भूलो. What's he trying to
Stay
say?
rooted.
If people start praising you, people start saying you're fantastic, you nailed it, you blah blah. Said, ये सब, don't bring it here in front of me. Don't be cocky. Just be yourself. Just don't forget the roots. He said on the phone, go and sit down on the carpet in your house. Where are you sitting? I said, I'm on the sofa. I knew it. Suddenly, the next phone call I gave him, sir, I'm on the carpet. And I opened my harmonium. I was making a song.
Yeah.
Somehow he sensed it from my voice. He's quite a soothsayer. I don't know, he can see the future. Something is there. He's blessed.
I can't control the next traffic lights. How can I see the future?
No, but you know what? It makes me rooted.
Right.
And suddenly I'm on to the next. And Suhrita just come out with this great news for me. And this is a great feeling that both of them said. She said a very good thing today. She said, he's stitched in our lives. Anu Malik is now stitched with us. I think that's a huge compliment coming from a first-time director.
जी फिर तेरी कहानी याद आई was a game changer in several ways.
And see.
Yeah, it's Z, and you're here. That's why I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, see,
How
see,
did
see.
that happen, and what was your life post that? Post the
Well,
success
it was a kind of a phenomenal hit back of Anu,
Yeah.
which is like once
No, he
a month,
called
that's-
that a comeback. But this time he said, this is not your comeback, it's your head back.
It's a hit back.
Yeah, because you see, when you are on the historical curve and time has, every filmmaker or a music director or an actor is the byproduct of his time. And the cultural forces, the technological innovations do influence the content creation and the way content is consumed, the attention span given to content. So all that. But essentially, I would say that there was one thing which was there in him was enormous passion. He was then backed by great writers like Khatil Shifai, Kaifi Saab in that venture. And here you have, I call her the female India's Shailendra.
How nice.
Because she writes, because she comes from Indore and she's a poet. And so and she belongs to the younger generation. And that's a new stream which has flown.
जी.
So I would say that Phir Teri Kahani Yaad Aayi was a very brave move. The satellite era had just suddenly.
Yes, it just come and
Just-
people
it
are
was
watching
the
it for the first
of its
time.
kind.
Yes.
And Pooja still remembers that song, Tere Dar Par, and says that.
Instant
but
hit.
I'll tell you
I watched
something.
it with my mother at home.
But
Of
I'll
course,
tell you,
dad as well.
I'll tell you
It was
something.
huge.
Because you mentioned Z. Z has had a great role in my life also because of Bhatt Sahab. He told me, you know what? I was knocking on his window pane at the office. I said, sir, I have no work. He met me in spite of the fact that he was doing films with the ruling composers of that time.
Yes.
And one of his closest said, I have no time to give him any. I don't have a film for him. He told, listen, let's give him a small film. He told, एक TV film दे देते हैं. And he comes to me and says, you know what, you're looking at my face like this, TV film. Remember, this film, उसको पता नहीं, उसको मैंने छोटी बोली है. This TV film is going to change your life. It's going to change the destiny of a lot of people. You better be a part of it. And he arranged, I had no writers working with me at that time. Again, unfortunately, no, same situation, जो singers नहीं मिल रहे, ये वो. Trust me, Z used to play these songs at a particular time slot every day on a blank screen because they were launching themselves. And बादलों में छुप रहा है चांद क्यों तेरे दर पर सनम शायराना ये चलता जाता था. And suddenly I started getting calls from everybody saying, "Excuse me, who's the composer? Do you have?" I said, "Yes, I have." Unbelievable, and all hell broke loose after that. I went on to do Bazigar and all that.
Yes, yes.
Again today, people are hearing the tracks of Tu Meri Poori Kahani and are asking me, "यार तूने बनाया है? Is it you?" So I
Instant
always
love,
say कि
yeah.
देने वाले से बेहतर लेने वाला होता है.
जी, जी.
तर बोलते हैं यार हमको क्यों नहीं मिलता है फिर तेरी कहानी याद है. सबने बोला किसी I won't name the director was very famous. ये तू इनको महेश भट्ट को किया था. मैंने भट्ट साहब को मैं ट्यून सुनाता हूँ. He doesn't put a burden on you.
Which is true.
And luckily, I met a person like Suhrita Das and Shweta who also were listening to him. We're coming from the same page.
They're very difficult girls.
Yeah,
Wow,
they don't pass
very
songs.
docile
They
and
don't,
demure.
no, but they don't pass
But
songs.
good, it's difficult.
The female energy is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very difficult to. That was the song which we both loved, and she said, "No, it's not."
Yeah,
going
there
to
was
be
a
part of
song
my
which he loved very much, and I was sure it's going to be passed. And she smiled. No, the worst thing is she had a killer smile when she said,
You know.
"Lovely, lovely, beautiful." And Shweta felt it's done. And she took off from the sofa where she was sitting and went and sat on a bigger sofa. And she turned her back towards me. She turned her back towards me. And from far, because maybe she respects me or the amount of work I've done, she turned her back and she raised a finger. This is not my song. And in my mind, I had complete respect for her because I felt here's a voice who knows and tells you कि मुझे गाना नहीं. And then the song that came out was ये इश्क मेरी जान.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So do we expect national award for this film?
Well, keep.
Are you keeping?
Okay, then I'll hum the Mukhras.
Okay.
I'll hum the Mukhras.
Yeah.
But
even
But
before Sir
national award,
hums-
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but-
think,
even
yeah.
before Sir Hums, as a new first-time
Yeah.
director, I have to say it's not about a national award or any other award. I do respect awards a lot, but when I started with this dream of becoming a director, I thought there are n number of things that a person achieves,
Yes.
and especially if you have a backlog of a lot of things you've given up on life to be here. But it has given me 10 times or 100 times more than what I expected.
Yeah.
When the parents of these kids call up and say how their lives have been impacted by the film, when our technicians come back and say we want to do this, it's just beyond the work, and I continuously look at this stage amazed and say I don't know when this will happen again in life, but it feels like a beginning first milestone, and it's like life has given 100 times more already.
Yes.
So the rest of it, award, no award, that's a byproduct. But we are a winner.
We're already a winner. Yes.
So,
But वो कैसा था जब आपको national award मिला? वो moment कैसा?
see, when I got it for refugee,
Yeah. Yes. Refugee.
I got it for refugee.
Yes.
But I was supposed to get for border.
Okay.
Very unfortunate they didn't give me for border, and very very unfortunate they never gave me for Virasat, and very unfortunate it was not applied for LOC Kargil whatever. But the moment is surreal.
Yeah.
That was way back, and my dad, I took my dad to see it, and he had tears in his eyes because I think it's somehow he felt vindicated. And today, when Bhatt Sahab also tells me that when you keep your Sardar Malik Sahab beside you, and if you like a tune, ask him, do you like it? If he doesn't like it, don't even hum the tune to me. I think somehow many things fell into place, but the way Bhatt Sahab inspired me. For example, I'll tell you a song. Now, when the song goes, when you're talking about the music of the film, with Shweta, the lyrics are, Tu hai, yeah, the words with the tune, they go together. Tu hai, wo jo raat jagaye, तुझ पर सारे ख्वाब लुटाए, तू जैसे माटी की खुशबू धीमे धीमे बढ़ती ही जाए, जो तुझसे भी कहीं ना तुझे वो बात बतानी है, कोई आता जाता किस्सा नहीं, तू मेरी पूरी कहानी है. And the other song which she's written is, what a situation she's created for that song. भुलाने की तुमको कोशिश जो की, तुम याद आए, बहुत याद आए, भुलाने की तुमको कोशिश जो की, तुम याद आए, बहुत याद आए, गुजरे दिनों को फिर जीने की ख्वाहिश न तुम रोक पाए, ना hum rok paaye.
Amazing, amazing.
So there's so many
Yeah.
of these songs that are really ruling the hearts of the listeners.
Hmm.
I'm indebted to God and indebted to a man called Mahesh Bhatt,
Yes.
who introduced me to Suhrita Das,
Hmm.
who is really the most happening director at this point of time in my life, and
Yes,
Shweta Botra.
yes. And my last question to you, sir. You share a beautiful bond with Shah Rukh Khan. You had said in one of the interviews that you were the only one who gave 2 flops to him,
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
still,
fine. That's
you know,
right.
treated you
Yeah, I mean,
with so much.
this industry is a very strange industry. It always looks at the other person as a means to go and get somewhere. The person is not an end in himself or herself. And especially when your graph is soaring high and you do not deliver, because one couldn't question the unheld back passion of his with which he worked in those films. So whenever a film fails, it is the director's responsibility, like a leader, to take the blow and own up his failure more than the successes. I always say, if the movie succeeds, it belongs to everyone. But if it fails, it belongs to the director. That's why he's called the director. And though I'm the only man who's made 2 flops with him. The fact remains that is always looked at me different from merely the role of a filmmaker.
Yes.
He saw me as a person.
Yes.
And I think that makes him so unique. That really makes him a king at heart.
Right.
And so he's a much larger person
Yes.
than the roles that he is given to play. And that's what has kept his journey nourished.
Right. So, what do you have to say to him winning the national award after so many years?
Well, I think finally even the national awards have taken note of his, because he was the mainstream guy. So I think somewhere the streams are now converging, Earlier there was one stream of national award, and then there was popular cinema. You understand that? And there was like 2 railway tracks running simultaneously side by side, but never meeting. But now there is an indication that they have begun to merge, and
yes.
the popular cinema and the icons of the popular cinema are finally getting acknowledged by what is called the national taste guardians, because the keys to that altar were earlier for a handful, for a kind of cinema, not the national, not the popular cinema.
Right.
And you can't have disdain for popular cinema because it's the taste of the people. The people have liked those soft films. So that's the moment to celebrate, if you ask me.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you
and
so
we
much.
wish you all the success
Thank
for the
you.
film. We are already seeing a lot of takers for the film. It's going to be an instant hit. The packed halls is what I can see.
Oh, well, I don't know
And
why.
people loving the music.
See it on the 26th of September,
Yes.
2025. जो परसों 2 दिन में आ रहा है. Please see, you're going to love the film. And yes, the music is doing well, but the film is the icing on the cake. Just watch it and you'll love the film.
जाते थे एक और गाना अनु जी.
ये इश्क है मेरी जान, ना जोर इस पे चले, तू चाहे दूरी बढ़ा, दिल में तो मैं ही तेरे, खुशियों के जितने भी रंग सब तेरी महफिल में है, बेचैन नजरें तेरी फिर ढूंढती क्यों मुझे.
Amazing. And I'm sure, that's the applause that's coming your way in a couple of days. And of course,
I've been
we
looking
wish you
forward to
all
fingers
the
crossed
success.
and praying to the Lord.
Thank you so much
But
for
these are
giving us your time.
very pavan din. This is Mata Rani's
Mata Rani
Yeah.
ke, right.
Navratre, and I
Second
really
day.
feel she's blessing us,
How nice.
and it's going to be a hit.
It's going to be a hit.
Thank
That
you
goes
so
Thank you
unsaid.
so much.